The 2020 draft is coming up, and it will be a little different this year, with all the teams picking from remote locations to avoid the spread of the coronavirus. All Danish NFL fans remember the amazing draft from last year.
Patriots select.
Yilda Froho, guard, Arkansas.
Oh yeah, here we go from Denmark.
Denmark native Hjalte Froholt was picked as the first Dane into the NFL since Morten Andersen 37 years before him.
Morten Andersen kicked 3 field goals.
Who, by the way, is a Hall of Famer now.
Good evening, Canton, Ohio.
This year, another big offensive lineman eyes the NFL. Steven Nielsen. Nielsen has been the starting tackle for the Eastern Michigan Eagles for the last 3.5 seasons, but he grew up in Denmark.
And we welcome you to the quick lane.
Nielsen might be the next Dane in the NFL, so let's take a look at his last game in his college career, the quick lane ball. It's difficult to evaluate him on the first drive, which mainly consists of screens.
Setting up the screen again, and it's Arthur Jack.
The quarterback gets rid of the ball so quickly that it's difficult to evaluate the lineman's blocking. Most of the other plays of the first drive are quick passes or other quickly developing plays like this quarterback scramble. Only 2 plays of the first drive are really worth looking at. This play is a little concerning, as Nielsen is beat by speed, which might be a concern at the next level, where faster rushes awaits. I like this play from Nielsen a lot though. The defensive front makes a stunt, Nielsen recognizes quickly and takes on the inside rusher perfectly. The second drive only has a few good plays worth evaluating. In this play, Nielsen does a decent job protecting the speed rush from the outside and making a pocket for the quarterback to step up. I don't like the fact that he loses control of the defender in the end, but he's smart enough to let go and not draw a holding penalty. Nielsen gets the chance to show his own speed on 2 other plays on the drive. Nielsen has to make an inside block, but as the tackle goes outside, Nielsen mirrors the speed perfectly. This is what it looks like in full speed. On the next play, he shows how quickly he gets on to a moving defender. The next drive is a 3 and out, but actually gives us 2 plays to look at. Nielsen controls the defender very well in this clip, and I like how he keeps his eyes on him throughout the whole play. On the next play, Nielsen does a good job in pass protection, as the defender goes on his inside and he mirrors perfectly. Only because the quarterback is forced to scramble, the defender ends up with the tackle. In the rest of the first half, we see Nielsen in different situations, starting off with him pulling on a screen play to showcase his speed. Screen to the left, Nielsen pulling, and the defensive back wisely ducks. Impressive at regular speed. In this play, he shows both his patience and awareness. And here we finally see his run blocking, where he makes a good push, helped by his tight end. The next play is a quarterback sneak, where the whole offensive line does a good job. But when we zoom in, we see that Nielsen meets the much smaller number 24, but doesn't really get low enough to make a good push on him. Nielsen is a huge guy, but unfortunately, I don't think it always shows up in his blocking. And he is strong. What we just saw was a 215 kilo squat. And this is the 100 kilo bench press where he takes 24 repetitions. All this in 2018. I'm sure Nielsen has improved in the last 2 years, and the Eastern Michigan Eagles just had their pro day where he was tested again. But I can't seem to find the results anywhere. Unfortunately, we have to do with this for now. And back to the game. to a play where I would have liked to see Nielsen use his size and strength. Optimally, he would anchor and stay his ground, but gets pushed back instead. The next play, on the other hand, is a play that I really like. Nielsen gets to show off how he uses his hands to keep control of the defender, and he does it very well. I said that speed on the outside could be a concern for Nielsen at the next level. On this play, he shows that it doesn't have to be. I absolutely love the speed that Nielsen shows. This is a prime example of how to deal with the speed rush, and for a guy his size to do this is really impressive. This is how it looks like in real speed. This is one of the few running plays of the game, where Nielsen makes a decent block and a good running lane for the running back. I don't like what I see on these next two plays, where one quick moves get the defenders to the quarterback very easily. If the quarterback didn't get rid of the ball so quickly, these would have been huge hits. Here Nielsen does some second level blocking, where he quickly gets to block the linebacker. And the good plays continues here, where Nielsen makes a combo block, first getting to the defensive tackle and then getting to the second level and the linebackers. Well done. And in the end of the game we get to see one of Nielsen's best plays. Here he shows how pass protection as a tackle should look like. He starts with patience and wait for the defender's move. As the defender goes outside, Nielsen mirrors his speed. And when he tries to get inside again, he anchors and takes on the block perfectly. In conclusion, I think Nielsen is good, but not great. Nielsen shows flashes of NFL level plays, but also have a lot of inconsistency. As Nielsen isn't playing on the highest level in college, I think he should have been dominating more to really make an impact on the NFL scouts. On the other hand, he has the physical attributes. He's big, strong, and fast. A perfect offensive tackle in these regards. In the end, I don't think it's enough to get drafted into the NFL, unfortunately. I think he will go undrafted, but I think he has shown enough to get invited to camp. With all that said, I of course hope that he does get drafted. I hope that I'm wrong, and I hope that some teams take a chance on him in the later rounds. Hopefully some team sees big potential in him. We'll know much more after the draft.